Lexus finally releases the sales numbers for 2024, and it's a record-breaking year. In this video, we will go over the sales numbers for Lexus in 2024 and see if their hybrid strategy is working or not. Let's dig in and look at the details. Hey, it's LSF here today, and today we're here to look at the Lexus global sales results for 2024. So we already know, based on my previous video, that they've broken the sales records in United States. And when we looked at that, we also looked at Canada. They almost reached it, but they did not reach it for Canada. And again, we all have to keep in mind, 2023 was really a year for catch-up. Because of the shortfall of chips, 2023 seemed to be getting a lot of sales numbers out because they had more chips and they were able to deliver more. 2024 was, on the other hand, a catch-up, but then also really looking at the state of the nation. So you can see here, they sold 851,214 units, and that is 103.3%. So they're really up 3.3%. So the growth they're saying is they have strong demand in North America and Europe. And we will look at that a little bit further because we've already looked at US and Canada for North America. And then along with recovery of stable parts supply contributing to increased global sales, and they also have new models. The new LBX and LM models are well received. And in addition to the strong sales of the core RX and NX models. They're also saying that the battery BEV, the RZ, and the UX are achieving strong sales, year-over-year growth of about 19%. And that will contribute to the electrified vehicle ratio to a record high of 52% of Lexus sales. So we'll look at that as well. So now let's look at the chart. So North America, 379,589 units, and that's up 6.7%. So to keep in mind, US has gone up, Canada has gone down. We'll have to look at Mexico, and really I don't know what's included as part of North America as well, but we'll dig deeper on that one. Asia is 237,335, and that's up 0.3%. So they just matched it. But then you look at it, China on that hand is they actually rose 0.3%. It went up like 500 units. And really, the strategy of not having that many BEVs, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much they can hold that. But let's look at China a little bit further also. East Asia, so the other countries outside of China, 42,872, and that's actually down. That's down a little bit. It's only 97.6% of last year. Japan, that's their home country. It's gone down 10% almost. So 86,000 compared to 94,000 last year. We'll dig deep in that one again too. Europe, 82,571. That's up 19.3% really. And that's compared to 69,000 last year. That one, I may have a separate video for that because there's so many countries in Europe, we may want to dig deeper on that one and have a separate video on that. The Middle East, it's down also at 45,000 compared to 46,000 last year. All right, so let's see what the Lexus International President is saying about 2024 and what they say about 2025. So they're saying that we would like to express our sincere gratitude to each and every customer around the world for the continued support of Lexus vehicles. In 2024, they launched the all-new LBX, the GX, offering a new value experience that is highly praised by many customers. They also have a new established technical center, and they're beginning full-scale operation, enabling Lexus to launch a new developed framework as a company. So this is exciting times for the technical center. So in 2025, what they're saying is, we are set to debut new models. So it's not one model, probably more than one model. Showcase innovative concepts. We remain committed to reshape the future of mobility through innovation, engineering, and enhanced lifestyles for customer-focused services. Our goal is to continue the distinctive value that defines the Lexus experience. So they do say that they're going to have new models. And I think the replacement of the RCLC probably would be one of them. ES, I think that will be the next model that we'll see. So I think ES and the RC LC replacement, those are the two models that I think we will see something new. IS, I don't know. That could be a 2026 one. But we'll have to see. Maybe they'll surprise us with a 2026 IS, which is brand new, completely redesigned. All right, so back to my spreadsheet. Okay, so we have been capturing sales record numbers since 2019 here. You can see Japan dropping 9.1%. 94,000. You can see really, if you look at year to date from February, they've actually lost a little bit. It keeps on sliding, and we already knew that they're already not going to break the record for Japan. You can see September, they sold more, the record for September, but they have not been able to catch up or sell more vehicles. So when you look at Toyota sales in Japan, it dropped 13.8% in 2024. And that the reason is that there was a stop sale on the Prius that caused it to drop. And again, 2023 was a year of catch up because of the semiconductor easing off now. So now there is enough semiconductors, and 2024 is really the normal year for regular sales. So when you look at the sales for 2019 to 2022, you can see that from 62,000 it drops to like 40-ish to 50,000. COVID, shortage of chips, caused that. But then 2023, 90-something thousand. That is definitely a big boost. So after that, when you think about it, 2024, it actually has increased to 80-something thousand. That is a significant increase compared to previous years. So it's probably not a bad thing that it dropped, because it actually didn't drop that bad. If it did drop back down to like 60,000, then it went back to the norm. Now 80,000 means it has increased sales. So when we look at North America, 379,589 is really good, right? It's up 6.7%. And that is like last year, it was 24% higher. So again, the year of the catch up, and then now this is the new year. But when you look at it, if TX actually was offered the full year, we may actually see even higher numbers here. So I'm anticipating 2025, this number will be even higher. We will have to see that outcome. It's exciting times for North America here. And if it does reach 400,000, wow, that will be crazy. In North America, they actually produced 379,589 units. So US, Canada, and Mexico sales together is 378,086 vehicles. So we're short. We are short roughly, not a lot, but I don't know why we are short. So I don't know where 1,503 units are coming from. It may be another country that they're included in North America, but I don't know. What is the other country? If anybody knows, please leave in the comments below. I don't know where 1,503 is coming from. So when you look at it, and I've actually pulled numbers out. So 345,000 looks nice, but when you look at Tesla, 600,000, but it's actually gone down 7.3% last year. And Lexus is up 8% almost in 2024. And then when you look at Mercedes, 377, I think that includes vans, but they're up 7.4%. BMW is 356,000. They're down 1.6. Audi is down almost 17%, 189. So we have Volvo, 123,000. We have Land Rover, Porsche, and Jaguar. So when you look at these numbers, definitely they are not bad at all. Like Lexus does sit in the top 3. But then if you do compare Tesla as a luxury brand, then definitely they're nowhere close. So when you look at Canada, it's down 4.8, almost down 5%. BMW is down 2%. Audi is up 4.6, but this number is only up to November. So I couldn't find the numbers yet. And maybe they have it now, but I have not recorded that information for Audi. Mercedes, 28,000. So you can see that Lexus has outsold Mercedes for 2024. but they're still not close enough for the BMW brand. All right, then we come to Mexico, 2,717. Acura sells 1,000 units in Mexico. Lexus is at 1.3% there. Audi sells 10,000, so still very far in Mexico. BMW, which includes Mini, 17,000. Infiniti sells 1,000, so Infiniti and Acura is very close. Jaguar only sells 68. Land Rover, 1810. Lincoln is 1850. Mercedes is 12,000. Porsche, 2,500. And Volvo sells 7,100. So definitely there is a lot of room for Lexus to grow in Mexico. So they started off in 2021, late 2021, and sold only 55 vehicles. But first year, full year, 1,700. So they are increasing market share, but definitely still very far from Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450h Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. So then we look at Asia. Their highest point since 2019 is 263,000, and that is in 2021. And that is really COVID times, but then it dropped significantly in 2022, 20%, and that could be the BEV rush, but then also chip shortages as well. You can see that now they've plateaued back to 237,000, so it's still higher than last year, up 0.3%, and they haven't broken any sales records every month. But again, I think this will stabilize, and hopefully this will go up when they start offering more battery electric, especially for China, because China does take a bigger market. Because if you look at here, China does take a big market out of the 237,000. All right, so let's look at the detail for Asia. So you can see here China, so this information is whatever they provided, 181,906. And what confuses me here is that when you look at this number, and if I include Taiwan, Indonesia, South Korea, and Vietnam, and these are only countries that I've been able to find information about. When I add those together, it's 46,412. And then you add them together, it's 220,318, which is like 4,000, almost 4,000 vehicles more. But there's more markets in Asia, not just these four countries. So then my big guess is that this 28,000 is actually included in the 181,000. So China and Taiwan is actually in the same bucket. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure if that is the case. But that only explains how it can be less than the number that they've reported. Anyways, China, their peak was 2021 since 2019 here. And it continues to drop. It dropped to 2022, chip shortages probably, and now they've gone back to 181,906. Okay? We look at Taiwan. Taiwan, 2024, 28,523, which is quite good. This is just a little bit under Canada. It's the 5th biggest market for Lexus. So when you look at that, 2022 with chip shortages, 19,000. 2023, record-breaking 30,000 vehicles. 2024, 28,000, which is not that much less than the record-breaking year. They are down 5.1% in 2024. And when you look at it, BMW 20,000, Mercedes at 26, Volvo is at 9,000, Tesla's at 15,000. So you can see BMW's up 14.8%. Mercedes is up 7.6, Volvo's down 2.4, and Tesla is up 16% in Taiwan. So It's a market that they're holding strong, but they need better push, probably BEVs, because you can see that there is a market for BEVs there, and to actually gain more market share. We look at Indonesia, 1,569 seems to be the norm for the year, but again, I don't have January's numbers. It would probably be about 16 something hundred. 2020, 2021 gone down to 900, and then 2022 chip shortages. It doesn't really change. These 3 years seems to be very close. 2023 catch-up year, 2,515, and 2024 it's actually more than that, which means it hasn't finished its catch-up, or they are selling more. They're appealing to the market. 2024, they're up 2.7%. BMW's up 7.2 at 4,600. Mercedes 3,700, but they're down 30 something percent, and only 116 for Volvo. I don't have the percentage of increase decrease. So when you look at that, they have a market in Indonesia, but they're still far from BMW and Mercedes. All right, we look at South Korea, the Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia market. 2019, 12,000 vehicles, and then same trend these 3 years, it's dropped 9,000 to 8,000 vehicles. And then 2023, they went back up, and then it's at 13,561, and 2024, that 13,969. Comparing to other brands, they are far from BMW, Mercedes. You can see that they're up 3% from last year. Tesla is actually sold more on the first year for South Korea. So you can see that there definitely is an EV market here. But again, I think the same thing is, if they offer more EVs, maybe they will be able to catch more of the market. First year for Tesla, 29,000 vehicles sold. Volvo's down 11% at 15,000. Audi's only 9,000. Porsche 8,000. Land Rover 4,000. Cadillac 666, down 31%. So definitely a different market in South Korea. Last but not least, Vietnam. You can see the numbers aren't that different. 1,500, 14, 14, 15, 17 in this year. If you see, I'm missing 1 month. So at best, you'll say 15. So they're very close. They're not down 25%. They're probably down 10, 15%. Couldn't find any competitive numbers. All right, so then let's go and look at Europe. So Europe, 82,000. So when you look at it, wow, yes, it's up 19.3%. So when you look at 2019, it's 84,000. So they still haven't broken the 2019 record. It's just that the sales numbers have not been better, hasn't been good since 2020. And now 82,000, I think they're back to it. And now it's time to see if 2025, with the LBX pushing more forward, and if we can see if that will actually bring better numbers. But I will actually produce a separate video. Let me know in comments below if you're interested to know the countries of Europe and their sales numbers, and how do they compare to other brands in those markets. That information is extremely hard to find, but I've been able to find almost 90% of this 82,000. So it'll be interesting to see how that will break down and where do they have potential, because the big three, Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, all are coming from Europe, and definitely they have much higher sales numbers in Europe. Then we look at Oceania, 15,269. They're down 9.3%. That seems familiar, right? Canada was very similar. It actually was, 2023 was the highest, and it dropped a little bit for 2024. So we'll have to see what that turns out to be, because you can see December 1429 is the best December they have, and that was 2024. So again, when numbers start coming in for 2025, we will get a sense of, is that going to be different? All right, so for me, Oceania is Australia and New Zealand. And when we look at the report from Toyota, they do say Australia and other. So I don't know what other is. So when we look at what Lexus reported, 15,269 for Oceania, New Zealand 1320, Australia 13642, which totals 14,962. So we're short 307. I don't know where that market is. All right, so when we look at New Zealand, 2019, 800, 1,013, now 1320. So not up a lot, up 1.1%. And when you compare that to the competitors, 1483, so they're very close to the BMW Mercedes. Tesla's at 1,287, so very close. Audi, Land Rover seems to be very close across the board. Even when you look at the increase, 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, they're all about 1% increase year over year. Porsche, Volvo, and Jaguar are much lower in the list. And then when you look at Australia, 2019, 9,600 has gone down a bunch because of the COVID and chip shortages. 2023, year of recovery, 15,192, and very similar trend to Canada also. 2014, it's a drop. It has gone down, but when you look at this number again, 13,000 compared to 9,000, definitely increasing sales. Then when you look at it, it's down 10% from last year. But again, when you compare it, it's up other years. BMW, 26,000, so they're still far from BMW, but BMW's up 0.6. Tesla's down 50%, 23,000. Mercedes, 19,000, down almost 20%. Audi 15,000, down 20%. Volvo 8,900, down 20%. So you can see there's a drastic drop in Australia. Land Rover 7,910, down 6%. Genesis, first one we've seen here, 1,400, down 27%. Jaguar is up 28%, 743. So overall, you can see everybody in Australia has gone down in the market. And it's just how much down you are. And I would say 13,000 is a quite good number compared to 2019's 9,000. Latin America, 4,117. That is up 10.9%. Definitely, when you look at these numbers, it is actually added more to the market. So we will have to see how that will turn out. And it does look like they are on a trend here. They're going to go higher. The Middle East seems to be the same trend of Canada, where 2023 they've peaked and now they're a little bit under 3.1%. So again, another market to look at, but it was a very good market when you look at it. It went up 60% last year. So they've done a lot of hard work for 2023. Going down a little bit for 2024 may not be a bad thing. Hopefully 2025 it'll go up as well. Africa, one of the smallest markets, and when you look at it, it's gone up 4.3%. So 1,250 vehicles were sold in Africa. And you can see a lot of the record-breaking months are in the 2024 year. So let's look at 2024. So 2024 worldwide, 851,000 with 3.3% increase. You can see that it's not their best year. You can see February was the best month, May was the best month, August was a best month, and then November was a best month. So 4 months of the 12 is their best months in 2024 in the past 6 years. And most likely it would be the best because when you look at the total sales numbers, it's unlikely that they'll sell huge numbers in that 1 month. But when you look at it, if every month they did their best sales, what will that actually turn out to be? So let me just go here and select all the best months, and they've been able to produce and sell that many, right? So this will be 868,000, almost 869,000. So not that far from what they have here. It's just that somehow it all balanced out and to get a best year. So since 2007, 518,000. You can see that the sales numbers in 2015, 2016 gone up, and then it continues to go up. But in then 2019 to 2020, it did go down. 2020, COVID year, everybody expects it to go down. So 2020 went down because of COVID. And then when you look at 2022, the shortage of chips did hurt badly because you can see it went all the way back down to 2014, 2015 numbers. 2023, 824 really patches it, makes it look like they've actually sold 725, and that this is at 725. So those two just balances out. In 2024, you can see is a true year with no chip shortages and really no big issues. 851,000. So now the next big question is, will 2025 be any better? So hard to say, very hard to say, because when you look at the tariff situations, will that impact sales of the RX NX in North America? Very hard to say. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.